Whatever you're into when it comes to sports, you can find it right here. Now, play my intro. Now it's time for the Robb Johnson Sports Show, presented by Robb Johnson Media and the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 85 of the Robb Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network and Robb Johnson Media. If you're looking for my world famous hair, it's a bad hair day. You ain't seeing it today. It's a hoodie and it's a cap. I'm like Larry. I got the hat on today. What's going on, Larry?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff to you.
Hey, Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas. Like I said, they can't see the world famous hair today, brother. So they, you know, I'm going in the trenches today.
They can't see greatness all the time.
They can't see greatness all the time. They can't see greatness all the time. No, sirree. No, sirree. So let's get into our first topic. We're going to talk about the top 5 players that we think are going to come into the NFL draft. Larry, it's been talked about. There's been so much controversy about who are the best players in this upcoming draft. Who are the best players, and who do you think will make the biggest impact? We're going to go 5 through 1, Larry. I'm going to give you a chance first. Give the people your 5 through 1, your best players in the NCAA football coming into the NFL here in 2025.
You said my 5-1.
Yeah, you can have 5 through 1, or just your 5 best overall. Whatever
All
way
right.
you look at it.
All right. So, my one of them, I'm gonna have to go with, of course, Travis Hunter.
Oh,
Um,
definitely, no doubt.
that's number one. We ain't really got to go into all that, but we just know. Uh,
And
Tetero and
and and
McMillan.
and and, and, and for a second, I did see somebody say yesterday. One of my people. What's his name? Hey, by the way, Mr. Brian Snow, I'm coming. I'm coming to talk to you soon, buddy. We gonna have me and you gonna have a show. You said Travis Hunter was the one that good. Me and you gonna have a debate soon. I'm coming. I'm coming, Snowman. I'm coming for you, Snowman.
But yeah, I gotta go. I said Travis Hunter one. I gotta
Travis
go
Hunter.
Tetero and McMillan number two.
Definitely agree. Even though Travis shut him down, I agree.
Yeah. Uh, I'm gonna go Mason Graham at
Okay.
3.
Do you think that he'll be a better defensive lineman than some of the past Michigan defensive linemen who maybe struggle a little bit? Do you think? I think he'll be better, honestly.
I think he'll be better as well.
Yeah.
It's always something about the newer guys coming in.
Hmm.
I just feel like he's fresh. He's going to definitely exceed expectations.
Hmm.
Um, who are we at? I
Your number
like the
4.
number 4. I'm gonna go Cam Ward.
Wow. Hey, now do you have an issue with? Now there's some people out there that say he shouldn't have left the Pop Tart Bowl. So for me, him even playing the Pop Tart Bowl in the first place was something that he didn't have to do. And for Cam Ward, man, I know meeting his parents and meeting him and stuff, man. That dude was a 0 star coming out of high school. He worked his butt off. He ain't got nothing to prove anybody. I agree with that.
But do we from what he's put on tape this year? Did he really even have to play in the bowl game?
No, he did not. Because listen, Larry, here's the thing. If Cam Ward had not played at the University of Miami this year, you're talking about 5, 6, 7 losses. I mean,
Yeah,
you look back at the games. You look back at the games without Cam Ward, Miami loses a lot of games, and Mario Cristobal probably gets canned.
absolutely. And then my number 5, right?
Yeah, yep.
Number 5. I'm gonna go. Um, it was a toss up between Ashton Jeanty and Will Johnson.
Yeah. I think we're in the same boat on that one. That's a hard decision.
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna go with Ashton overall. So
Okay.
Even though not disputing what Will does, but we're just gonna go that route.
Well, my 5 through 1, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you number 5, Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan. I think that he's compared to Patrick Surtain the second. He's a really good cornerback. I think that he is going to come in the league and make a big difference. You see what Sanders still is doing in Washington right now, second round pick.
Yeah, yeah, he
Big,
balling.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to go with McMillan out of Arizona, wide receiver. I think he's just absolutely awesome. 6'5", 212 pounds, the prototype wide receiver. Somebody's gonna snatch him up quickly. There
Mhm.
and like I said, it's gonna be fickle here, man, because there are a lot of good players here. So things are gonna change. I can't put everybody in this top five. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Luther Burton the third. We talked about him. In fact, I think you talked about him in the past, and you told me about Luther Burton, and we had talked about how I was a fan of his, and you were a fan of his. So Luther Burton the third, wide receiver,
Mhm.
Missouri. Number 2, man, this is gonna be difficult. I want to put Cam in there so bad, but like I said, I want to see him first in the evaluations. I'm gonna go Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle from
Mm.
Texas, because I think offensive line is so important. I think somebody's going to benefit from that. And number 1, Travis Hunter. I mean, what is there to talk about, ladies and gentlemen? What
Hey,
is there
back
to talk?
back to your offensive lineman. Who do you like better? I know well obviously Kelvin, but do you like the offensive lineman from LSU?
LSU. Will Campbell. Listen,
Yeah, Will Campbell.
I think he's gonna move up, and this is why, Larry, I call this one of the most rewarding slash consequential drafts in a long time, because somebody's going to miss out on a great talent. And it's all about where you go. And I think a lot of these guys are so good. I mean, you look at it through Abdul Carter, you look at Mason Graham, you look at even James Pierce Jr. Hopefully he didn't get hurt with the against Ohio State. Now his comparison is Randy Gregory, and we know Randy Gregory had a high ceiling if he could have kept his head straight.
Right,
So
right.
so in my opinion, I just think that right now, when you look at a lot of these guys, it's going to be a toss up. And like I said, these offensive linemen, they're deep. This wide receiver group is deep, and so it's gonna be a crazy draft, man.
Absolutely.
Yep, yep. So now, are you good on that? Oh, before we leave, what do you think about? You already know how I feel about the Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe. I compared him to Dak Prescott. I said he's a faster Dak Prescott with a stronger arm. He declares for the draft. We know this is going to probably be a controversial topic as we get close to the NFL draft. People are going to say, "Oh, he's a receiver." No. I think he'll be a quarterback. I think he has to go to the right system. Real quick, what do you think about him declaring for the NFL draft and going?
I didn't like it. I from what I saw
Mm-hmm.
against what did they play Michigan against? He didn't have a really good game.
Yeah, and he lost.
To
He lost a lot of his weapons as well. And see, I think he's suffering from the same thing that Carson Beck suffered from. Lost a lot of great weapons and just did not look the same. But I
no, he
mean,
didn't.
so really, what can you really do, man? It's
That's why I was vying for him like to go back to school or what they were talking about transferring, but I guess that was a rumor. So he's in the NFL now, and hopefully he will be a fast, well established project, other
yeah,
than just a bus. So
yeah. Let's go to the next topic, folks. We're going to talk about Bryce James, the 6'6" young man who is going to go to Arizona next year. 2025 is going to the Arizona Wildcats. So, what's your opinion on this, Larry? Another LeBron James son going to college, going to a big time school instead of the Pac-12 like his son, like his brother did. He'll be going to the Big 12. So, we'll see how it goes in the Big 12. We'll see, because they'll be facing some tougher competition, especially. Not saying the Pac-12 didn't have tougher competition, but like the Big 12, the Kansas of the world, etc. Those that type of competition. So, what's your opinion on that, Larry? What do you think about Bryce James going to Arizona and things like that?
uh I like it. I like it. I don't know, man. I just like it's something about him that says he may not, of course he's not gonna do what his dad done, but we got Bronny James and then we got Bryce James. And I feel
Yeah.
like Bryce is gonna make more of an impact. Do you agree with that?
I definitely because he's 6'6". He's gonna probably go to 6'8", 6'9". But we got to give Bronny some credit too, man. Bronny is averaging a hell of a lot of good points in the G League. I mean, listen to the normal person out there who's talking about the G League. Man, look, man, half of these people out here could not average a point in the G League. So Bronny, we have to remember, Bronny had a heart attack. So he's trying to get back. He's still trying to get
Yeah,
his body back to where it
yeah,
is. But when it comes to Bryce, right now he's averaging 6.3 points per game, 2.8 rebounds, 1 assist per game off the bench in 4 games. But he missed the first 9 with injury. And people say 6 points a game. Do you know how hard it is to average 6 points a game in high school? You know what I'm saying? And he's coming off injuries, and you have to understand too, folks. Like they're trying to protect him as well, so he's not going to be out there scoring. And that's the thing people have to understand about high school and college. Sometimes you're not going to be averaging 30 points per game at times. So yes, in high school, maybe you might average 20, 19, 20 points a game, but sometimes it's all about the rhythm, getting you to where you need to go. So I definitely think he's going to be a good player. My concern is the trolls. My concern is the trolls are there who I think I put a post on Facebook the other night where I said, "Oh, the people are salivating. They cannot wait to see Bronny James get to college and have a bad game or miss a dunk or miss a three or air ball. They can't wait. They're salivating. They're salivating for him, and they can't wait for him to come to the league and see if his father will try to make special plans for him like he did for Bronny. But hey, at the end of the day, Bronny. I feel like Bronny earned his way to the league. I mean, he played. I mean, he had a heart attack. He played decent at USC, but USC and LSU are two schools where you're not going to always perform the greatest when it comes to basketball. When it comes to basketball, for some reason, but when you get to the league, you do well. For some reason, those two schools, like remember Shaq was at LSU, and
yeah.
he didn't do all that. I mean, the only person I really remember who was decent at LSU, I mean, and I'll talk about her later. I mean, you look at Angel Reese; they talk bad about her, but hey, at the end of the day, she did win a national championship.
She did.
Shaq didn't do that. I mean, when is the last great USC player that won a national championship in basketball? I can't think of them.
Yeah. Hey, and speaking of one of the reasons why I like the decision because it's not like he was out there big fishing. I mean, you look at Arizona now; they're 7-5.
Yeah. Well,
So
we'll see. That's what I'm saying. Arizona has a tradition of being great, but remember too, they were in the Pac-12. This is a whole different beast because you're going to the Big 12, and the Big 12
got
has always been,
Baylor,
yeah. They've always been really good at football, but they've been great at basketball. It's a different animal, and
Kansas.
even teams like Colorado. You got to think about Kansas State. Kansas
Yeah,
State, for example, yeah, look, all these teams in the Big 12 can play basketball. Like it is
yeah.
a tough conference when it comes to playing basketball. So yeah, man, it's a big decision because like I said, Arizona is one of those big boy programs. They've been national championships. They've won national championships. So it's a huge opportunity.
And I wasn't trying to discredit them as a 7-5 record because I mean they might have more. They might have a multitude of talent coming in next year. Probably the reason why he's going there.
And man, and look, 7-5 in college basketball, my man, is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 7-5 in college basketball is legit. So I mean, hey, but you know what else is legit, Larry?
What's that, Rob?
Your brand, sir. Check out Game Time 365 Sports on the Game Time Sports Network. Larry Patterson bringing the heat to you every single time. I, I don't feel satisfied with that, Larry. Check out Game Time 365 Sports on the Game Time Sports Network. Larry Patterson bringing the heat to you every single time. Real
Every
quick,
single
every
time.
single time. Hey, brother, let them know what kind of projects you got going on since football season's over, my man.
We got basketball about to kick off. Got Longwood. We got high school sports. We got Hampton Sydney. We're gonna be pretty much everywhere whenever we can. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, man.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So look, let's move to our next topic. And I made this graphic myself. I'm a little proud of myself. It, hopefully I put it on here because sometimes I'll be putting the graphics on here and I'll be forgetting to put the graphics that I did, and I forgot to put the graphic that I did. Oh
Damn.
well, I thought I put it on there earlier. I thought I put it on there earlier. What the heck is going on? See, that's the thing that makes me mad, man. I put the daggone graphic on here, and then I forget to do it. Oh no, no,
Mm.
do I got it? Do I got it? Oh, I'm tripping. I'm on the wrong section. I got it right here. I made this myself. So let's talk
Okay.
about yeah. I made a little graphic. Just trying to do my thing. You know what I mean? Just trying to do my thing. David St. Dennis, hello. How you doing, man? What's going on, brother? How we doing?
Yes,
Have a
sir.
happy we having a happy New Year out there, man. Let's put smiles on everybody's faces through this venture we call sports. But Juju Smith, man, last night USC 13-1 beat Nebraska, who's now 10-4, a really good Nebraska team. Beat them 75-55. Juju Watkins, man, 26 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. She just continues to do big things. Her biggest game so far this year was a 40-point game December 3rd, and she had another 31-point game against Michigan on the 29th. She's doing big things. She's averaging, she's
25 points per
per
game.
game. I,
That's third in the country.
yeah, yeah. So when you look at her right now, and you look at this USC team, how imperative do you think it is for her to win a national championship? Let's see here. I think that they play. They have was it UC? They have number one UCLA. This is a game we're going to have to make sure we look at. February the 13th, a day before Valentine's Day, we got USC against UCLA, possibly one of the, and February 2nd, they're at
Oh
number
my
20.
god.
They're at
Oh
number
my god.
they're at number 23 Iowa. They're at number 23 Iowa, which is going to be huge. They got Ohio State on the 8th, who's 10th in the nation and is undefeated. Are you kidding me? You talking about a gauntlet of a schedule.
Oh,
They got to go to 11-4 Washington, and then I believe Michigan State is ranked. Michigan State, they're ranked as well. This is a
number
gauntlet.
21.
Yes, this is a gauntlet schedule, my man. I mean, when you talk about a gauntlet schedule, and then on March the 1st, their last game, they have to go to UCLA. So,
Oh, before that they face 11-3 Illinois.
hmm,
I said before that they face 11-3 Illinois.
exactly. They got to go to Maryland. Maryland is 8-0. Jesus, you want to talk about a schedule. Now, when people talk about scheduling, having a hard schedule, this Big Ten women's schedule is hard. But again, if they can somehow run this gauntlet and they can get to February 13th against undefeated UCLA and UCLA stays undefeated, you're talking about a huge game. But I'll get back to my question, Larry. How imperative is it for her to win a national championship? Because when I look at Juju Watkins, you know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of a Cheryl Swoops because she has the shooting ability, the driving ability, and the defense, which a lot of players in college, women's college basketball who've been celebrating the past don't really have that defense. Not saying the names, just saying, just saying. Juju Watkins, I'm just saying, I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but when we look at an overall, we're talking about overall great basketball player. Juju Watkins is that overall great basketball player. Talk about her.
Yeah, man. She has. I watched the game yesterday. She was cooking. She was cooking shit, man. Uh, but she is that prolific scorer
Yeah.
that the game needs on a
Mm-hmm.
consistent basis. So is she one? I got one question. Is she eligible? I know she probably isn't, but is she eligible to come out this year
No,
or
she
next year?
actually no, she's got 2 more years actually. She's only a sophomore.
So okay. So girls can't go out early. I thought that might have changed, but it didn't. So girls can't come out early.
I mean, I think they can, but it may be a rule to it. I have to look at it, but I think they have to play the whole 4 years. Now, I think
Okay,
you can play. I think you come out as a junior, but I have to look back at that rule because I think you can come out, but it's something where it's some type of rule somewhere. Because if you ask me, there have been other players that should have came out early.
but man, imagine her in the WNBA, man.
Yeah, and see
Just
the thing is, Stephen A. Smith said something the other day that was so true. He's like she should be as celebrated as Caitlin Clark, and it's true because what she's doing at
yes,
UCLA,
man.
what she's doing right now at UCLA, man. I mean, sorry, at USC, that's sacrilegious to even say. What she's doing right now at USC is amazing. Juju Watkins is the one of the best players out there, and you
Yes,
have to
she
look,
is.
man, you have to look at her as just one of those players that is going to help continue to transcend the game. You look at the WNBA; they're going to continue to expand. I personally want to see a third team in Los Angeles. I think that would be great. Put another team in Los Angeles. Maybe you can get her with one of those teams in the future. Who knows? But Yeah, I mean, just a great performance from her yesterday. They're 9-1 in the last 10 games. Of course, remember they beat Connecticut on that run in the holidays. They beat them by two. Connecticut's going to be there. South Carolina's going to be there. So when you talk about earning it, Larry, you're going to have to earn it. This Big Ten women's conference is tough. Um, so we'll definitely see what she can do. Her next game again is against Rutgers on Sunday. And that's not going to be an easy game. Rutgers is 8-5. That's going to be an 8 o'clock start. Which I hate the fact they had that game start at 8 o'clock because they got the football game starting at the same time too.
Yeah.
It's like that sucks, man. But like I said, you'll definitely be able to see her against some of these better teams. Even Indiana, 10-3. I mean, Purdue is I mean, they're 7-7, but like you said, the Big Ten is a very tough conference. So she's gonna have
Luckily,
to.
go ahead.
No, no, you good? Yeah, you good.
Luckily, them and Notre Dame don't play this year yet
Oh
because
man,
her and which play? Let me ask you, which player do you get more excited about? Is it Juju or is it Hannah Hidalgo?
I can't decide. I get excited for the Notre Dame coach. I get excited for Notre Dame coach. The Notre Dame coaches, man. Look, you got that coach, and you see that's what I'm saying. You got that coach. You got, and I'm gonna tell you another team I was watching. Texas when they came down to Richmond, they're legit.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this too. The Richmond Lady Spiders, they're not going to win the national championship. But let me tell you something about Richmond. They can damn near, but they can damn sure upset somebody. You get them in the right bracket. I'm
yeah,
telling you. I'm telling you now. The women's college basketball. I think both tournaments on both sides this year is going to be probably the most exciting we've seen, um, because there are so many good teams around the country, especially on the women's side. And to think that Juju has to go through this, and like I said, compared to Cheryl Swoops, you look back at how deep the women's game was back then, '93, who she had to go through. She was at Texas Tech, dog.
yeah.
And USC has always been that school. You remember Cheryl Miller, I believe Cynthia Cooper went to USC if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, man.
Yeah. I was about to say Tina Thompson. I don't think
I don't
I don't think she went to USC though.
I
I could be
don't
wrong.
think I don't think so. Let me check real quick. But like I said, when you look at Juju Watkins, she is a throwback. She is definitely a throwback of what the game used to be, in my opinion. Like, because me and you were fans of. No, no, you're right. She did. She went to University of Southern California.
Tina
Yep,
Thompson did?
yep,
Ah,
yep. She went to USC, and you remember she coached at UVA
yeah.
in from 18 to 22. Yep. So it was that connection. Tina Thompson. I used to love Tina Thompson.
Oh man, the
I love
lipstick.
Tina. I love Tina Thompson, man. And see, that's the thing. When the WNBA first started, it was that balance of let's go hard, but they also brought the femininity to the game. I felt like back then.
Yeah,
And then somehow I don't know what happened, but people started complaining. Again, I'll be talking about that in a few minutes about people complaining and everything like that. But yeah, man, Juju brings that. She brings that sassiness. She brings that beauty to the game, and she brings the game to the game. Like
yeah,
when you watch her game, like I said, defense, offense, she can drive to the basket. She can shoot the three. She can shoot the mid range, free throws. I mean, she is the complete package, man. Women's college basketball is going to be very lucky when this thing starts out, man. So yeah, Larry, let's go to our fourth topic, man. And this
oh,
is this is probably going to be one of the more controversial topics.
oh.
There goes my graphic, man. Yep, there goes my graphic. And you know what's funny about that graphic? Let me find that team. Blah, 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 blah. You see that team right there, Dolphins? You can pretty much X them out. You can pretty much X them out because they are not going to be a team that Brian Flores is going to go to. Larry, give me your teams who you think that Brian Flores should go to. In fact, you can give me a couple and tell me why.
I
Because
give
I
you
have
one. I got one.
you got one,
I got one, and I don't need nothing else. I got one, and that one team is the Chicago Bears.
and why
The
the Bears?
Chicago Bears, because the Bears need physical toughness. They need the physical toughness.
Are you
We
tell
saw
are you telling me that the Bears are soft?
going down the stretch of the year, I believe that they were. Now, remember in the first few weeks of the season,
Mentally,
that defense was playing lights out football first half of the season or first part of the
mentally,
season.
mentally, because we all know if they had won that game against the Washington Commanders, they take off from there. You remember they went to where? They went to where, Larry? They went to Darrell Owens. Shout out to Darrell Owens. He said, "Rob and Larry, my guys, what's up? What's up, Darrell? How we doing, man? The man who works tirelessly day by day, Darrell Owens." They went to Washington and they gave up that Hail Mary after they were mentally tough. Look at Thanksgiving. It almost like the coach wanted to get fired. Yeah, it's almost like he wanted to leave out the building. You know how many games Chicago Bears should have won this year? You know how many games that they were in games with Minnesota? They were in games with the Packers. I mean, they were playing decent good football this year, my
Yeah, they
guy.
were.
But like you said, they were not mentally tough.
They weren't, and I think that's like a coach like him.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about this all day. That I don't really think that he will get a coaching opportunity because of the controversy that's surrounding him back
Oh
then.
my God, Tua, man, Tua, man, Tua. Listen,
And
I used to be such a Tua guy, man, but Tua made me so upset when he came out and did that.
so that's what makes me say I don't know if he'll get the job. But if there was a team that should take him, it's definitely the Chicago Bears. Why? You're within a division. You get to take one of your division rivals coaches. He can give some, he knows how that team is. If we're looking at the next season, if Flores is at Chicago, that team has dogs over there, and they need a coach like him who loves to blitz at a high rate. Long as you get your offensive coordinator, get the right offensive coordinator to get your quarterback on the right track.
Do you have a guy in mind? I'm gonna give you one in a second. Do you have a guy in mind that you think that will be good for Chicago? I have one. Shannon Dawson, OC from University of Miami.
No, I at the moment I
Yeah,
don't have one, but
but because honestly, I threw out Shannon Dawson, but you know what, Larry, you're gonna have to think long and deep and hard. A lot of us are because you're gonna have to get the right OC in there. They're gonna have to follow the Washington model. And think about it, it's a copycat league. What is Dan Quinn doing? Defensive coach, right? What's happening in Washington? Magic.
great things.
Great things. So I got a couple. Got a couple, right? The first is the New York Giants. Why? The Giants won Super Bowls in 1986, 1990, 2007, and 2011. And what were those Super Bowls predicated on? Defense.
Defense.
Defense. Toughness. The Giants have been soft for a long time. Ever since Michael Strahan, OCU Manure, and them guys walked about that door, they have been soft. Ever since they let Jerry Reese go, they've been soft. Soft. When the stuff with Odell Beckham happened and the man and ownership got all fickle, they've been soft. Now, here's the thing about Brian Flores, right? He may not be the head coach in Minnesota. And I had a debate with some Giants fans about this, etc., because I was debating whether they would draft Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. I don't think they're going to go there now. You know why? Who does who could be a possible free agent, and who does Brian Flores? Who has played against Brian Flores defense over the summer and into the season? What quarterback? Hmm. That's one Sam Darnold. That's one Sam Darnold. So then what do you do if you're the Giants? You draft Luther Burton the third. You put him with Malik Neighbors. You have the weapons. You have Tracy in the backfield. You give Darnold the weapons he needs. You get your offensive lineman back from Georgia who was injured. Yeah, that will work. And if you are the Giants, not only would you hire Brian Flores, you hired as your assistant coach / your offensive coordinator, bring in Eric Bieniemy. Why do you bring him in? Because he's tough. He's no BS. We've had other guys who got multiple chances. He's a Super Bowl winner. He's a Super Bowl winner. He's an offensive guy. You maybe bring in a Robert Saleh, possibly. Put those two minds together for that defense. I think that would be magic. The other team, it's not going to happen, but the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because they need toughness. You trying to tell me that Michael Parsons isn't looking at what they're doing in Minnesota and don't think that he can't have that same success? You trying to tell me that with that type of defensive mind, where Stephon Gilmore, who was getting destroyed in last year's wild card game, he's absolutely killing it in Minnesota? Where did Stephon Gilmore come from last year? Dallas, Minnesota. He's playing really good football. The reason Dallas will be a thing is because they need a defensive coach. What have the Cowboys' last couple of coaches been? Offensive guys. They've been offensive guys. And let me ask you something, Larry. Has it worked out?
No, it hasn't worked out, and
It
I don't,
hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't. No.
and I don't think that your two predictions will be working out either,
Oh no.
because
Oh, trust me. Trust me. I know they won't. This is just us giving our opinion about what they should do. Now, if they're smart enough to do these things, hey, God bless them. But we know those two organizations don't really hire certain folk to be head coach.
and especially the lawsuit. That lawsuit. What is the big thing around the shield? You got to
Yeah,
protect the shield. Got to
yeah.
protect that shield. That's why I
But
feel like he will not get a head coaching opportunity. He will probably be one high ass paid defensive coordinator, but as far as a head coaching opportunity, I think he's burned that bridge. Unless somebody says, you know what, we're just
qu-
gonna go with it.
question then, question. I know this is gonna. I know what I'm about to say is gonna be. Mm, does he go the Bill Belichick route?
You know what? Why not?
And you look at some of the schools that might be open. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to look through the number of schools, but hey, this is my personal opinion. If you're Brian Flores and you know, and you talk to your agent and you know that you cannot get a job in this league, go to college. Go to college and go to a decent program. You don't have to go to a great program, but go to a decent program. And you know what I would do if I was him? And I know this is gonna sound silly. I would go to Dion route. I would go to an H.
HBCU.
I would if I was Brian Flores. You know what I would do? Because you know what, Larry, this is bigger than football. We're talking about PR here. We're talking about something deeper than football. If I was Brian Flores, I'd go to an HBCU. I dominate. I get some of the best players in the nation. I get a call up from one of these schools like, "Hey, come to our school. Come." I go to one of those um, Division 1 schools or whatnot, and I go there and I do great things. And by that point, if I don't get hired by the NFL, because you know sometimes some people, man, they got to go through hoops and layers that the other folks don't got to go through. And it's not even a race thing, man. We're talking about all those that are think we're talking about race. No, we're talking about a money thing. Because when it comes to money, when it comes to lawsuits and controversy, it don't matter what color you are. The only color that matters is green and plastic, baby. Hey, Larry, green and plastic, baby.
Yeah, you're right.
it's
You're
just
right.
it's just like when Vin Rain said, guns and butter.
You're right. But also shout out to all like these uh head coaches, former NFL players that's going to these HBCUs. You know, particularly the black players going to these HBCUs and getting their start there. Hopefully that transitions to a higher college program, or maybe in the pros,
And
or
what's the
maybe
elephant in the room? Because of NIL, what's happening? You're starting to see because before you actually had before before black players were allowed to go to all white schools, basically, they were getting drafted from HBCUs. So I think
yeah.
a lot of people are seeing this and they're like, man, is this the trend? Is this what's happening? And is this what's going to be happening again? Because with NIL, who knows? You can have because you have some HBCUs who have some very wealthy donors. The schools may not look like it. The schools may not look like I can tell you for sure, and I don't know this. I don't know this for sure. I'm just taking a guess. Like Hampton University, they got some really wealthy donors. William and Mary. Now, well, they're not a HBCU, but I can still say anyway. William and Mary, they're a school that has money. They can
I'm
have
sure
some
I'm
wealthy
sure the
dollars.
Spartans have a lot of money too.
You talking about the Norfolk State Spartans?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure they have some donors. I'm pretty sure they have some people who would donate some money. Who would donate some money for sure.
Black and paid, baby. Nothing like it.
Stupid man. But no, but yeah, but like I said, I just feel that in my opinion, when you look at Brian Flores, man, um, you know, he's just one of those guys where I think that he deserves it. And you have to look at it. If he leaves Minnesota, we'll see how the team is because that team did struggle on offense at times, sometime this year, where their defense really solved and gave them, so
No
yeah.
doubt.
Yep. Well, we are almost out of time here. Let's go to our segment, one of our favorite segments in here. And Larry definitely likes this segment. Tell him what it is, Larry.
It's called the shut the hell up.
Before that, before we do that, shout out to the SEC. Sorry, I had to do it. Notre Dame takes down Georgia, which I know Paul Feinbaum and the crew are just absolutely just going
Oh
through it. I know they're
man.
going through. Can you have? Hey, look, I'm tuning in to Paul Feinbaum tomorrow to listen to the Georgia calls.
Oh man, I got to hear him talk the shit.
Fire, fire Kirby Smart. Fire Kirby Smart.
I need you to shut the hell up for the immediate future.
You want to go first, or want me to go first?
I'm gonna go first. I
Hey,
want,
but
I
Larry,
want
but Larry, when I start mine, I'm gonna send you a photo. I can't send the photo. I can't show the photo on here, but I'll send you the photo, and you'll react to what I say.
to. All right, I want to tell. Real quick, I want to tell Sean Payton
Oh my God.
uh to shut the hell up because he okay. All right,
You better not lose to Carson Wentz on Sunday, man,
we better
or
not.
Sa- or
We better,
Saturday, or whatever the hell
Carson
it is.
Wentz better not throw for 300 yards. He better not sniff 300 yards in this game Sunday. You know,
Eagles, the Eagles are reuniting. The Eagles, the former Eagles, fly Eagles fly. Hey, Larry, you want to do it with me? Fly Eagles fly.
I don't want to do that. But in one of the closing series of the game against the Bengals on Saturday, Sean Payton decides to not run the ball on. I think he ran the ball on a first down. We didn't get anywhere. So second down. No, actually we did. We got a few yards. So it's second down and 3,
Hmm.
and he's throwing the ball. And Bo Nix
Of
basically
course he is.
throws. Bo Nix basically throws a screen pass. It's like it's behind the line of scrimmage. So I mean, it's what are we doing in that situation? I'm not sure. Then he gets to the press conference, and he says it was absolutely the right call.
Oh, he didn't
Just
blame Russ. Hey,
just
look,
just
hey,
just take accountability. Just take accountability off of it, and just say you made a mistake. That's
it was.
all.
You sure it wasn't Russell Wilson's fault? It was his fault, right?
Yeah, it was his fault too.
It was
Yeah,
Russell Wilson's fault. Yeah, I agree. Hey,
yeah.
Russell. Hey, Russell Wilson, wherever you are out there, sir, you better start making better passes on that. How dare you not make better passes on that field, sir? How dare you?
Keep showing the world what you are, Russ.
Yeah,
Keep
Russ.
keep
What's
proving,
wrong?
keep proving them. Let's go Steelers. Let's blow it this weekend.
Hey,
Uh,
what's funny about that? What's funny is they got the Texans and they got the easiest matchup. So look,
right.
so in a sense, you might as well you look in a sense. Why even win a division? Because
I know,
you
right?
get the Texans, right? I mean,
All you gotta do is rely on your defense. You know.
yeah, you rely on your defense. Throw the ball to Pickens 3 or 4 times, run the ball, you good.
Yeah. But that's all I got. Just take accountability, man. And sad enough, I knew what we were getting when we hired Sean Payton.
You did.
He's an asshole, but he's
He is.
our asshole. But he's also a pain in the ass too.
If he
And I just
loses, if you all lose this weekend, if
this
the
is
Broncos
all on
lose this
him.
weekend, Man, it's bad. And look,
Burn.
he better draft some better weapons. Speaking
You
of burn,
better
check out the burn in the background, ladies and gentlemen, because we're on
fire.
fire. We're on fire. It's like Lil Wayne was with the Carter Two, New Orleans.
Pray for
Fire,
everybody in
man.
New Orleans as well.
Exactly, exactly. Because it's crazy to me, man. It's crazy that we'll talk more off camera about that situation. But yeah, I want to give New Orleans a shout out, man, because some things just shouldn't happen, but some things do happen, unfortunately. My shut the hell up is to everybody who's been complaining. And Larry, as I talk to you, I'm gonna send you this picture, and you'll see what I mean. Everybody complaining about Angel Reese's New Year's Day dress. I mean, hey, everybody was complaining that the women weren't feminine enough when it came to the WNBA. Now they're feminine, and you got women doing. Yeah, you see your face, right? Yeah,
Hey, I've been listening to you. Uh,
you listen to.
yeah.
Trust me, I had that same reaction. But anyway, like we keep complaining and complaining about the fact we keep complaining about the fact that these women were not feminine enough, etc. Now they're looking great and they're basically runway models. They're acting like remember we had the topic with Anna Kournikova. Will she be the next Anna Kournikova? Well, she's proven it,
Yeah.
except she's got a national championship. You know what I'm saying? So hey, look, 13 points, 13 rebounds a game ain't too shabby at all. Hey, I couldn't grab 13 rebounds a game, average 13 rebounds a game. I mean, I damn sure know you. Even if even me and you were in WNBA dressed like grandma and mom, I doubt if I could do it then.
Man, they're
You know what I'm
physical
saying?
out
So,
there. They
oh,
are
they're physical.
physical.
Oh, very physical. So yeah, my shut the hell up is just everybody. Like, stop complaining. Before Angel Reese grows dreads really long and starts wearing 2008 saggy pants and starts wearing oversized shirts and starts doing the Dougie and it ain't feminine no more.
I don't like the treatment that she's been getting here lately. Especially like with the memes and the videos of, and I think I sent one to you where they had her picture on. She's on the Reese's Puffs
Yeah,
on Fox. So,
that's money.
so
But that's money, by the way. That's money, dog. She's making
yeah,
money.
yeah. She ain't worried about you bums, but they'll have the box and they had like and they're in the supermarket and like they didn't even throw it in the basket. They threw it like purposely
Yeah,
missing it, like
yeah.
trying to mimic her. Like I mean, she does miss some easy shots at the basket, but nobody talks about the double doubles that she's been getting over the course of a stretch of time in the first season though.
Yeah, I mean, nobody talks about other players as well. 2 for 12s, 2 for 15s. You got other players who can't win playoff games, can't win national championships. Not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying, at times, I just think that there's a bias, and I just don't understand. And this mob right here, y'all need to stop. Like something's wrong with y'all. Like I like her. I really do. I give her love and support. But like leave this young lady alone and please shut the hell up when it comes to every discussion when it comes to women's basketball does not include. And you know what? You all should be banned. I'm so sick and tired of y'all saying CC. What the hell should you do to earn a nickname? It's Caitlin Clark. Stop saying CC. Like she's Sierra or somebody. So CC. You gotta earn your nickname, damn it. What's wrong with y'all? Anyway, man, y'all done pissed me off. But you know what? Me and Larry got the treat tonight. Y'all ain't gonna get it because y'all don't deserve it. Anyway, here you go. Tell the world how you feel, man, so we get up on out here, bro.
All right, so shout out to the Longwood women's basketball team.
For
Uh,
sure.
getting a win over Presbyterian, Big South opponent, Presbyterian today, 68-56. In that matchup, in that game, Mariah Wilson led with
Mm-hmm.
15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Here's the thing I wanna point to. Senior Kiki McIntyre, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 steals on the season, which puts her as first in the whole entire country in steals for the season.
Yep.
She also, I want to say top two, or she might be number one. And no, she's not number one, but I know it's top 10 in steals per game with 3.4.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shout out to Malia Brown, who's like seventh in the country at 3.1 steals per game. So shout out to the Longwood women's basketball team thieving their way to wins, getting their 10th win today.
Yeah, man. Mine are real simple. I want to shout out to I'm just gonna shout out my local people, man. Charles City girls basketball, they're 5-4. They go against Surrey. They're gonna ask Surrey tomorrow, which Surrey is their rival. Surrey's 0-8, but it's still a rivalry game. So at the end of the day, you still got to make sure that you're playing hard basketball at the end of the day. Charles City boys basketball, 3-7. But they just got all their players back. They go against Essex tomorrow night. I'll be covering that game. In fact, I might try to go to Surrey and cover a little bit of that game. It's like a 45-minute drive, but I might try to do both games. I might try to do 15 minutes drive back to Charles City to get that game too, because I'm a hustler. That's what I do. Let's go to New Kent. The New Kent girls basketball. Let me get their record up here. They just played in the holiday tournament where they beat Thomas Jefferson. They lost their first game, but they beat Thomas Jefferson. Their next game is on Tuesday against Jamestown. They are 3-6 on the year, but they are young. They are really doing good things. But the big honor goes out to the boys of New Kent. They are 9-0 on the season, ranked 24th in the state. Can I get a hand clap? Can I get a hand clap for the 9-0, 24th ranked New Kent Trojan boys from New Kent, the home of the Troy, the home of the proud, New Kent strong, blah blah blah, etc. etc. Bottom line is they got shooters, they got digs, they got digs out there. They got Ross. They got a bunch of dogs on their team, man. And they're just a good basketball team. In fact, I'll give you the roster, man. You look at Joshua Reedy, Kingston Young, Chris Leeper, Will Ross, Kyle Diggs, Christian Joyner, Ethan Smith, Thomas Moore, Dylan Bowman, aka Debo. Good football player, but a really good football. Michael Hetzel, really good in the baseball. You want to talk about some baseball? Michael Hetzel. Telling you, if y'all don't know the name, Michael Hetzel, baseball. Look out for him. He's going to Roanoke College next year. Brennan Johnson, Jared Hathaway. Man, I tell y'all something. The New Kent guys legit. I'm anticipating the Hopewell game. I'm telling you, Larry, you might have to when they eventually, hopefully they play Hopewell. If they do play Hopewell, man, you might have to come down to my area, man, and help me cover that game, brother. That potentially New Kent against Hopewell in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
So that's yeah. So that's my tell the world. Charles City, New Kent, shout out to you. Hey man, that's been the show. Go ahead.
Shout out to Jayla Boyd, senior Prince Edward guard. She tore I think it was she tore one ACL one year, tore the other ACL the next following year, which was last year. She's playing phenomenal ball this year. She's got two MVPs in two of the winter tournaments this year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see her next week. I saw her for the first time. Well, I'm friends with her mom on Facebook, so that's how I was able to keep up with her journey. I saw her for the first time last year, and that's when she tore her ACL. She's been playing so phenomenal this year. Keep your fingers crossed. Jayla Boyd, Player of the Year. She already got it wrapped up.
When do y'all play Randolph-Macon? Y'all already played them?
Randolph-Macon?
Yeah. Your guys over there. Y'all got them. Y'all got them in regular.
They done played them twice already. That's Hampton City.
Hampton City, yeah. Dang, because if that was the case, I would have tried to, man. We might listen. One thing about that level, it's very exciting. I did Randolph-Macon's football playoff game. Very exciting.
Oh, Division 3 is like that, yo.
Yeah. Hey,
don't sleep on the Division 3.
Oh no, you better not. Division 3 is tough, man, and you better be ready to play. But again, ladies and gentlemen, that was Larry Patterson. I'm Rob Johnson, and you know the routine, folks. Check out my man Homer.
gets caught in the crossfire.